So it's 11:30. I just finished my meeting. It was actually a pretty long work meeting for my nonprofit. I guess I didn't tell you guys about the nonprofit. I started that with a friend from med school, a very close friend of mine. So we use that as a way to, kind of teach people about how to use food as medicine. CookingOnPurposeHealth.com if you're interested. I was going to work out and stuff, but that's not the plan anymore. I'm really hungry. So I don't want to be fake. I want to be real. What I'm going to do, gotta take a chill pill. I already have some food in the fridge that I made yesterday, a breakfast tofu scramble. So I'm probably just gonna have that. Now I like tortillas. I used to only eat the flour tortillas, but I like the corn tortillas. I don't know, I like the texture that they have. They don't taste the best to me when you're taking them right out the fridge. Maybe when you first buy them, but since they're not like freshly made, I like to grill them. Sometimes when I make this, I'll do it with something fresh like pico de gallo. So I'll chop up some like tomatoes, some onions, jalapeno, but that's gonna be what the hot sauce is for. I don't want to spend a lot of time chopping and stuff. I want to eat something, so I'm gonna be cooking the chickpea curry later. I'm actually cooking this on my induction portable cooktop. I use this for when I'm cooking at clients' houses, and it's just because it gives me one more burner and I can control the temperature very well. So I put it on a high heat. I just drop my tortillas on, no big thing. You could put oil on it, but again, it's just more to warm them up and, make them taste pretty good. So this lime is looking crazy. Look at that. Eee. I don't know, we'll see how this goes. But it's a trick for limes. What you want to do is roll it out really good like this. Now make it softer before you use it so you can squeeze out more juice. Okay, so we are back. Getting my apron that I always like to wear. But I just realized, well, my husband just told me that I left the pots and pans in the car for when I did my cook day for the dinner party. So a little bit of a change of plans. Instead of doing it on the pot, I'm gonna do it in the Instapot, which actually will make this even more efficient for a weeknight dinner. Oh my gosh, y'all. This is real life. Because I forgot to take the stuff out of the car, which my husband is driving, I don't have a can opener. I need a can opener to open the can of chickpeas. I don't have a can opener. I know what you're thinking. Why don't you have two can openers? One for your personal chef stuff, one for regular life. I just didn't get around to it. So I'm gonna have to pivot. Instead of chickpeas, I'm gonna use pigeon peas. Now, I've had pigeon peas before. I usually do them with like my peas and rice and peas. So I guess I do a curried pigeon pea stew. That way, because it already has a little thing where I can open it up. So if you don't have chickpeas, use whatever beans you like. So we got everything prepped. I got my onions cut up, got some garlic. I usually would put ginger in this, but I don't have any fresh ginger. So we're gonna be using ginger powder instead. I cut up some kale I had left over from earlier in the week. You can also do this with spinach. This is a mixture of lacinato kale and then curly kale as well. Some cherry tomatoes I'm gonna use as the acidic part. And then this is broth. And this is Thai chili paste. Sometimes you can do it with tomato paste, but all my ingredients are ready. And then of course we have our pigeon peas here. And now I'm just waiting on the Instapot to get hot enough. First, gonna get the avocado oil, pour it right into the Instapot because it's on the saute feature right now. We'll let that oil get hot. Shouldn't take too long. The most crucial step to me of any stew, braise, whatever, is sauteing the onions. So you want to make sure the oil is very hot, and it is. And so I'm just going to pour the onions right in. Add a pinch of salt to help draw out the water. You don't want it too high because you don't want them to burn. So this could take anywhere between, I would say somewhere between like 8, maybe 5 minutes. A lot of recipes that I've seen, they'll say stuff like, oh, put this in with the garlic, but that's not a good idea because the problem with putting the garlic in with the onions is that the garlic is going to cook faster than the onions and they're going to burn. And then you're going to have this horrendous taste with your stew. So I always saute my onions first until they're nice and translucent so you can start to see through them. And that's going to let a lot of the sugar that's in the onion naturally develop and add an amazing flavor to your stew or your soup or whatever it is that you're cooking. I said be careful not to do it for too long. Some of the onions are starting to caramelize a little bit too much. We're going to go ahead and add in the rest of the ingredients. We got some garlic, our Thai chili paste. If you don't have this, I like this because it just adds a little pop of chili spiciness. If you don't have that, you can use regular tomato paste, curry powder. And this part is pretty fast because you don't want things to burn. So I just start stirring it all up. It's starting to stick to the bottom. That's kind of what you want because you're going to use the broth to loosen it up eventually. If I had all my gear, I'd be doing this with a wooden spoon. So that would be easier to kind of scrape that stuff out from the bottom, but we're going to make it work. Some of these tomatoes, some broth. Right, so tomatoes are in. I'm gonna taste and see what this is tasting like. That's actually very good already. Without even like everything cooking down, it's pretty good. Garlic powder. And again, since it's in the Instapot, I'm just gonna put everything in and walk away. A little bit of onion powder. Sometimes people will do garam masala if you're doing like a more of a traditional Indian curry. I'm not doing that. I'm doing more of a traditional like Shayla curry. As we already saw from the pigeon pea part of things. A little bit more of the veggie broth. Now I'm gonna add in our pigeon peas. I forgot to add the ginger. It's because I didn't use fresh ginger. We'll still add it. To go to my neighbor's house and ask them for a can opener. Luckily, I've been nice to my neighbors, so I think they will let me use it because I mean, I need coconut milk for my curry. Like, I have a weird request to ask you. So you know I cook, right? You know I cook on the side. So I left my can opener in my husband's car. I don't have any can openers. You need a can opener? Can I borrow a can opener? The handheld, because I don't want to mess up anything. Yes, and I'll bring it right back. I'll bring it right back. Thank you, guys. I'll be right back, okay? We got it. I probably should have just thought of that before. But. Mission accomplished. this is why you should be nice to your neighbors and say hello. So when you need a can opener, they don't think, who is the stranger at my door? Just saying. Typically when I make a stew like this, I'm gonna have it with rice, but today I'm gonna do it with plantains. If you never had a plantain before, it is similar to banana. When you buy them in the store, usually they'll be very yellow, and then you gotta let them ripen. You want them to have like black spots on them, because that means there's more, it's ripened more, so it's gonna be a little bit sweeter when you fry it. And so the sweetness goes with the savoriness of the stew. As I cut one end and the other end, I slice it down the middle. Not all the way through the banana, but just through the peel. Or not through the plantain, but just through the peel. And that allows you to peel it like this. I cut on a bias. That's just how my dad used to do it. I don't know what the exact reason is for that, but that's how I'm used to doing it when I put it in the pan. So that's what you want. You want to see the bubbles. Let me show you. When you see those bubbles, that means your oil is hot enough. Good. This might have to be a new recipe. The pigeon peas actually taste really good with it because it's soft. It's not as hard as the chickpeas can be. We made an accidental new recipe together. Whatever peas, beans you use, I think it'll work out no matter what. My favorite part though are the plantains.